Good morning, everybody. It looks like it's just me, but I'm going to go ahead and get into my pre-intro for my Hall of Fame Friday. My Hall of Fame Friday inductee series. We have 6 Hall of Fame inductees for the year of 1955 as we go back in time in this Hall of Fame inductees baseball series. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this. We've started this series last year and we should finish, if we continue on the right schedule here and don't have any delays or anything, we should finish up our Hall of Fame Friday series on, let me get the date here real quick. I know it's going to be November the 6th is when we will end our Hall of Fame Friday inductee series, going all the way back to 1936 in this series. So that is the first Friday in November is when we will finish the phase 1 of my Hall of Fame series. Then we'll move into the Hall of Fame Friday Part 2. So Kevin's Car Collecting and More is in the house. How you doing there, Kevin? Nice to have you pop into the stream here this morning. Just like the good old days. One of the first ones in the stream most of the time. Let me get your entry into the Wheel of Names. See if anybody pops in before 10:22 hits, which I think they might be late now. Looks like you are my only entry today, except for my family mail call package. If I get a family mail call package in, that counts as a entry 2 from the person that sent it to me. Nothing wrong with giving the person that sends me something a bonus entry into my July giveaway. So let me just do something real quick while we're right here. Hold on just a second. I'll be right back with you there. What's Kevin saying here? He says, doing good. I'm hosting family this weekend. My folks came down from Phoenix yesterday and will be here for a week. So you're gonna have a busy week ahead of you. That is cool to have family from Phoenix. All right. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, this weekend, if things didn't go crazy with what's going on in the country, we would have been getting on a plane heading for New Jersey. But unfortunately, that trip got canceled. But so that is neat. Were you able to take some time off from work, Kevin, to be able to spend time with your family while they're in town? I imagine they still allow people to take vacation times if they wanted to, unless you're just working during the daytime and then spending the evenings with family. But I guess you'll have 2 weekends with them probably. Unless it probably depends on what time they're leaving and stuff. But do appreciate you being here. So getting into my introduction for what our content is for today. I'm going to go through the 6 Hall of Famers that are scheduled for. Yes, I'm home with them for the week. That is cool. It's nice to get time off when family comes to visit. That's for sure. So yes, today I'll be doing the 1955 Hall of Fame inductees. I'm going to be doing the Hall of Fame inductees for 1955, which include the following here. Let me move my hat out of the way now. For now, till I have to turn the camera around later, I'll put it on. But yeah, we're going to have Frank Home Run Baker up to bat first, followed by Joe DiMaggio, Gabby Hartnett, Ted Lyons, Ray Schalk, and DAZZY Vance. DAZZY Vance. So those will be our 6 Hall of Famers, and then I will be doing a Hall of Famer special on Ken Griffey Jr., who was featured in the September 2020 Beckett Baseball magazine. Oh, that is cool. Dad and I will be watching the Diamondbacks' first game of the season tonight against the Padres. Oh, that's going to be an interesting series for you. The San Diego Padres and the Diamondbacks. Yeah, tonight at 6 o'clock, I'll be watching the Mariners opener, but they'll be playing Houston. Next weekend, they will be in Seattle. And I'll have to send you a picture of my cutout that's going to be in the stadium. I broke down and donated the $30 for my cutout to be in T-Mobile Park for the season. So that'll be cool. But just wanted to do that. So yeah, so part 2 of our stream today will be the Beckett baseball Ken Griffey Jr. article that's in here. I'm going to go through that, show you some of the pictures that are in here for the article. And then after that, we will get into phase 3 of today's stream, which will be family mail call. Got another package. I just did one from Ethan yesterday. I think the one yesterday was from his sale last week. And then this one here is some different items here. I see we're playing the Mariners quite a bit this year, but it's unfortunate that we can't go and watch in person. Yeah, I know. I guess we could be texting each other like we're sitting there at the game when it's happening and stuff. Can't wait to see Donald's cutout in the stands. That would be interesting if they do show it on TV. I guess I can. This is what I need to hope for, right? That they hit a ball and hit my cutout, and then they'll probably hone in on the cameras to the cutout, whose cutout was hit, so that then you can see it on TV along with getting a baseball sent to you. And then if we do have the right viewership, we will get into box number 7 out of my 12 hobby boxes. I'll do box number 7 if we get enough people. Do they tell you where you'll be sitting? That's what I got to try and figure out. I'm gonna try and contact the Mariners and see if they'll tell you what section and seat number you're assigned. That would be pretty cool if they did that. But we will wait and see what happens. So we got about 2 more minutes here, and then I will move these 2 items out of the way and have them at the ready for the second and third part of our content for today. And then if we do get the viewership and the people watching, I will get into that hobby box break today also. So we've got about a minute and a half to go. Really do appreciate you being here today, Kevin. I know you got company in town. Is your dad watching with you? If so, this is a shout out for Kevin's dad. I don't know if he's there watching with you or not, or if you're working today. It would be neat to see a full-size cutout of your little logo face from your channel. I thought about submitting that one, but I did submit a photo where I'm wearing a Seattle Mariners hat and a Seattle Mariners jersey. Dad's snoring on the couch, unfortunately. Wow, he already fell asleep? Did they drive? Did they drive from Phoenix? Is that why he's all tuckered out? So we're going to get ready here. I'm going to put Ethan's package on the side here. I'm going to put my Ken Griffey Jr. awesome Beckett magazine, which will be going into my collection. That's for sure. But, so yeah. We've got about a minute to go, and then as I do each one, I'll bring them front and center like I normally do. Probably put them right on my little logo here. Yes, they drove and he's wiped out. Let's get the show started. All right, there we go. You said that just in the nick of time. It is now 10:30, and we will get into our first player in the list. All right, let me do a refresh on the live chat, just so I know where I left off with Kevin there. And we will get into Frank Baker's induction into the 1955 Hall of Fame. All right. Home Run Baker. John Franklin Baker, nicknamed Home Run Baker, was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1955. His primary team was the Philadelphia Athletics, and his primary position was a third baseman. By today's standards, his nickname seems less than appropriate. But in his time, John Franklin Home Run Baker, author of 96 big leg round trippers, was the symbol of power on the diamond. And more than 100 years after earning his nickname, Baker remains a part of baseball lore. Born March 3rd, 1886 in Trapp, Maryland, Baker grew up on a farm and later used his exceptional strength playing for semi-pro teams around Maryland's Eastern Shore. Baker hooked on with Reading, Pennsylvania of the Tri-State League in 1908, and that September he debuted with Connie Mack's Philadelphia Athletics. The next season, the 23-year-old Baker took over as the A's third baseman, leading the American League in triples with 19, while batting .305 with 85 RBIs, but hitting only 4 home runs. In 1910, Baker's homer total dropped to 2, but he more than made up for it by hitting .409 in the World Series against the Cubs, leading the A's past the Cubs in 5 games with 6 runs scored and 4 RBIs. Then in 1911, Baker, who used an unusually heavy bat, weighing 46 ounces, hit an American League best 11 home runs and drove in 115 runs in that year's World Series. Baker crafted his legend with game-winning home runs in Game 2 off future Hall of Famer Ruby Marcotte in Game 3 against future Hall of Famer Christy Mathewson, and final blast handing Mathewson his first World Series defeat. Thereafter, the press referred to him as Home Run Baker. Baker led the American League in home runs and RBIs in both 1912 and 1913, helping the A's win a third World Championship in 4 seasons. In the latter season, but following Philadelphia's defeat in the 1914 Fall Classic at the hands of the Boston Braves, and facing a national economic slowdown, the A's manager Connie Mack sold Baker to the Yankees. Faced with the prospect of playing further away from his Maryland home, Baker refused to report and instead spent the 1915 playing semi-pro baseball. Baker agreed to report to the Yankees in 1916 and spent the next 4 seasons as New York's third baseman, averaging 8 home runs a year. He retired prior to the 1920 season twice, but returned to the Yankees in 1921 and 1922 before ending his big league career. His final totals: 13 big league seasons, a .307 batting average, 103 triples, 96 home runs, and 3 world championships. Baker was elected into the Hall of Fame in 1955, and he passed away on June 28, 1963. So Baker used a bat antiquated even in his time. The handle was almost the size of a barrel, and it was short, but almost like a piece of lead because it weighed up to 46 ounces. There was no flex. It really was a wagon tongue, said Jack McGrath of the Louisville Slugger. His career stats and career at a glance: he played in 1,575 games, had 5,984 at-bats, 887 runs, 1,838 hits, 315 doubles, 103 triples, 96 home runs, 991 RBIs, 235 stolen bases, 473 walks. He had a batting average of .307, an OPS of .805, an on-base percentage of .363, and a slugging percentage of .442. Right? When he was playing in the ballgame, he played for the Philadelphia Athletics from 1908 to 1914. Took a year off. That's when he went to the minor leagues because he didn't want to go to New York. And then after that, he did play for the New York Yankees from 1916 to 1919 and 1921 and 1922. So there you have it. Home Run Baker, our first inductee for 1955. Next up to bat, everybody's probably heard of this one. Joe DiMaggio. Pop in the chat here, nothing new. So our second Hall of Famer is Joe DiMaggio. Joseph Paul DiMaggio, inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1955. His primary team, of course, was the New York Yankees. And his primary position, he was a center fielder. Joe DiMaggio was a cultural icon. He married Hollywood starlets Marilyn Monroe and Dorothy Arnold, and he was immortalized in Paul Simon's hit song, Mrs. Robinson. To a generation, he was the face of Mr. Coffee. He was regarded as one of the greatest players who ever played the game. He was an American hero. Hall of Fame teammate Phil Rizzuto recalled, there was an aura about him. He walked like no one else walked. He did things so easily. He was immaculate in everything he did. Kings of state wanted to meet him and be with him. He carried himself so well, he could fit in any place in the world. On the ball field, Joe DiMaggio could do it all. He could hit for average and power and patrolled center field in Yankee Stadium so gracefully that he earned the nickname the Yankee Clipper, a reference to the great sailing ship. Hall of Famer owner and manager Connie Mack called him the best player that ever lived, and longtime teammate Yogi Berra said, I wish everybody had the drive he had. He never did anything wrong on the field. I'd never seen him dive for a ball. Everything was a chest-high catch, and he never walked off the field. The son of a San Francisco fisherman, Joe was the 8th of 9 children, and his brothers Vince and Dom were also Major League All-Stars. Of his on-field accomplishments, perhaps none are more notable than his 56-game hitting streak in 1941. However, that streak was not the longest of his professional career. In 1933, as a member of the San Francisco Seals of the Pacific Coast League, Joe DiMaggio put together a 61-game hitting streak. By the 1970s, the broadcasters and writers began simply to call him Joe D. Because he was so ingrained in the American culture, everyone knew who they were talking about. His rival, Ted Williams, said DiMaggio was the greatest all-round player I ever saw. His career cannot be summed up by numbers and awards. It might sound corny, but he had a profound and lasting impact on the country. His successor in center field at Yankee Stadium, Mickey Mantle, described how he viewed the Yankee Clipper. Heroes are people who are good with no bad in them. That's why I always say and saw Joe DiMaggio. He was beyond question one of the greatest players of the century. DiMaggio was elected into the Hall of Fame in 1955, and he passed away on March 8, 1999. If you saw him play, you'd never forget him. No one ran with such unhurried grace. His gifts as an athlete were marvelous because they were subdued. He was an outfielder who followed a fly ball with a deft serenity as though his progress had been plotted by a choreographer. concerned only with the defeat of awkwardness, said Jimmy Cannon of the New York Journal-American. For his career stats and career at a glance, he played in 1,736 games, had 6,821 at-bats, scored 1,390 runs, had 2,214 hits, 389 doubles, 131 triples, 361 home runs, 1,537 RBIs. He did have 30 stolen bases during his career, 790 walks. He had a batting average of .325, an OPS of .977, an on-base percentage of .398, and a slugging percentage of .579. He played for just one team throughout his career in 2 different stints, in 1936 to 1942, and then had to step out during the war effort, and then came back in 1946 through 1951. So there we go. There we have it. Joe DiMaggio was and is your second Hall of Famer for 1955. Put him back in his spot there and bring back our third Hall of Famer here. GABBY Hartnett. GABBY Hartnett. Charles Leo Hartnett. Inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1955. His primary team was the Chicago Cubs, and his primary position was a catcher. I rated GABBY Hartnett the perfect catcher. He was super smart and nobody could throw with him. And he also was an outstanding clutch hitter, said Joe McCarthy. GABBY Hartnett first played in the big leagues at the age of 21 for the Chicago Cubs in 1922. 2 years later, he was already one of the best players in the National League, a title he would hold for much of the next 2 decades. Hartnett was known as an exceptional defensive catcher who evolved into one of the best hitting backstops of his time. In 1925, he set a record for most home runs by a catcher with 24, the second highest total in the National League behind only Rogers Hornsby. He also developed a reputation for having a strong throwing arm. Though injured for much of the Cubs' pennant-winning season in 1929, Hartnett rebounded with his best offensive season up to that point in 1930, hitting .339 with career highs in home runs 37, RBIs 122, and Hartnett showed his prowess for handling a pitching staff in 1932 when he guided the Cubs to a 3.44 ERA, the lowest in the National League, and the Cubs reached the World Series where Hartnett hit .313. Hartnett was a member of the National League roster in the inaugural All-Star Game in 1933 and became an All-Star regular in the game's infancy. In 1935, Hartnett was named National League MVP after hitting .344 with 13 home runs and 91 RBIs. He came in second in the MVP voting in 1937 when he hit .354. That batting average proved to be the best mark by a catcher for 60 years. Hartnett became a player manager in July of 1938 and guided the Cubs to the World Series, where they lost to the Yankees. Hartnett's famous homer in the Gloamin'. On September 28th, the Pirates put the Cubs in first place to stay. Hartnett remained the Cubs' player manager through 1940, and he played one final season with the New York Giants as a player coach before retiring in 1941. Hartnett was elected into the Hall of Fame in 1955, and he passed away on his 72nd birthday, December 20th, 1972. GABBY was the greatest throwing catcher I ever gunned a ball to second base. He threw a ball that had the speed of lightning, but was as light as a feather, said Joe McCarthy. His career at a glance, he played in 1,990 games, 6,432 at-bats, 867 runs, had 1,912 hits, 396 doubles, 64 triples, 236 home runs, 1,179 RBIs, 28 stolen bases, 703 walks. He had a batting average of .297, an OPS of .858, an on-base percentage of .370, and a slugging percentage of .489. He played for the Chicago Cubs in 1922 through 1940, 1 year for the New York Giants in 1941. I think he kind of did a dual stint there with the Giants as a manager and a player, but then managed the Chicago Cubs from 1938 to 1940. So there you have it, our third Hall of Famer, Gabby Hartnett, inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1955. All right, next we have up to bat Ted Lyons, our fourth Hall of Famer for 1955. Ted Lyons. Theodore Amar Lyons, inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1955. Primary team was the Chicago White Sox, and his primary position was a pitcher. The first big league game Ted Lyons ever saw, he saw from the pitcher's mound. The 22-year-old Baylor University graduate who intended to study law but instead joined the Chicago White Sox never played a game in the minor leagues. Lyons spent his entire career with the White Sox from 1923 to 1942. And again in 1946. At the age of 41 in 1942, Lyons enlisted in the Marines. As a young right-hander, Lyons primarily threw fastballs. He led the American League in wins in 1925 and 1927. His finest season was perhaps 1930 when he won 20 games for the third time, 22-15, and led the American League in complete games with 29 and innings with 297 and two-thirds innings. Between 1929 and 1931, Lyons suffered a series of arm and back injuries and began to throw more slow curves and even slower curves and knuckleballs. His ability to reinvent his repertoire effectively made a new pitcher out of him. In 1939, he ran up a streak of 42 consecutive innings without issuing a walk. That year, White Sox manager Jimmy Dykes decided to use Lyons as a Sunday-only pitcher, in part because of as one of his few premier players on the Sox, he was an attendance drawing card. Lyons did well in his new role, going 14-6 that year and making the All-Star team for the first time. In 1942, at the age of 41, he completed each and every one of his 20 starts, going 14-6 and leading in the American League in ERA. Upon his 1946 return from the war, Lyons went 1-4 before retiring and being named manager of the White Sox, a post he held until 1948. He later served as pitching coach for the Tigers and Dodgers and scouted for the White Sox. New York Yankees manager Joe McCarthy once said, if he'd pitched for the Yankees, he would have won over 400 games. Lyons was elected to the Hall of Fame in 1955, and he passed away on July 25, 1986. Ted Lyons was one of the toughest I ever hit at. Great stuff and great control, said Doc Kramer. For his career stats and career at a glance, he played in 594 games. He had 4,489 hits, 2,056 runs scored, 4,161 innings pitched, or he gave up 2,056 runs, 260 wins, 230 losses with a winning percentage of .531, games started 484, a 3.67 ERA, 356 games completed. He had 27 shutouts, 1.348 whip, 25 saves, 1,694 runs, 1,121 walks and 1,073 strikeouts. So he played his entire career with the Chicago White Sox in 1923 to 1942. During the war effort, again, like they said, he went into the Marines, and then he came back and played for one more year in 1946 and then retired. And then after he retired as a player, he managed for the Chicago White Sox from 1946 to 1948. So there you have it, our fourth of 6 Hall of Famers for 1955. Guess it's just still me and you there, Kevin. Today's a lonely day. That's okay. It's lonely and dreary here. It's raining. We are having our weirdest summer ever, that's for sure. But now time for Hall of Famer number 5, Ray Schalk. Raymond William Schalk, inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1955. Primary team, the Chicago White Sox, and he was a catcher. A catcher's value can be derived from much more than just was a workhorse for the White 1910s and 1920s, and he's regarded as the finest defensive catcher of the dead ball era. Schalk made his big league debut one day before his 20th birthday in August 1912, then took over as the White Sox everyday catcher in 1913. Schalk's most notable offensive feat was his 30 stolen bases in 1916, establishing a record for catchers that stood until John Wathan broke that in 1982. Where Schalk really made his name was on defense, combining his sharp mind for the game with blue-collar approach. Schalk proved adept in handling a wide variety of pitching styles. A true workhorse, Schalk led the American League in games caught 7 times, including the 1920 season when he caught 151 of Chicago's 154 games. His defensive prowess stands out even more since he was excelling during many years where the spitball was legal. Schalk was also credited with catching 4 no-hitters in his career, though one of those was taken away when the standards for no-hitters were adjusted in 1991. If I was a good catcher, it was because I learned from the masters, Schalk said. I caught pitchers of long experience and hammered the game into me. I had to learn or lose my job. They made me a star. Schalk pioneered aspects of the catcher's position often been taken for granted. An active part of the infield, he was believed to be among the first catchers to back up throws to first base on groundouts or third base on throws from the outfield. He also recorded putouts at every base over the course of his career, even second base, and he led the American League catchers in fielding percentage 5 times and caught stealing percentage 3 times. Schalk was a member of the 1919 Black Sox team, which threw the World Series against the Reds. Schalk himself was clean and hit .304 in the series, though he suspected something was amiss when his pitchers kept crossing him up. But Schalk always refused to impugn his teammates publicly. Schalk later spent 2 seasons as a player-manager for the White Sox in 1927-1928, followed by a long career coaching in the minor leagues with Purdue University. Schalk was elected into the Hall of Fame in 1955, and he passed away on May 19, 1970. He was a little man, 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing less than 150 pounds, but there was nobody that size who made a bigger impact on the ball game, said Elliot Asanoff. His career stats and career at a glance: he played in 1,762 games, 5,306 at-bats, 579 runs scored, hit 1,345 hits with 199 doubles, 49 triples, 11 home runs. He had 593 RBIs, 177 stolen bases, 638 walks. He had a batting average of .253, an OPS of .656, an on-base percentage of .340, and a slugging percentage of .316. He played for the Chicago White Sox from 1912 to 1928, and then the New York Giants in 1929. And at the same time he was a player for the White Sox, he also managed them in 1927-1928. So there you have it, our fifth of 6 Hall of Famers for 1955. Now on to our final Hall of Famer for today, for 1955, and that is DAZZY Vance. DAZZY Vance. All right. Charles Arthur Vance, inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1955. His primary team was the Brooklyn Dodgers, and his primary position, he was a pitcher. Renowned for his blazing fastball, DAZZY Vance was the premier strikeout pitcher of the 1920s. He led the National League in strikeouts for 7 consecutive seasons, from 1922 to 1928. And often he led by wide margins. In 1924, he had more strikeouts than the second and third place pitchers combined. DAZZY Vance could throw a cream puff through a battleship, said former Brooklyn Dodgers teammate Johnny Frederick. His best season was 1924, when he won the National League Most Valuable Player Award after leading the league in wins with 28, an ERA of 2.16, complete games 30, and strikeouts 262. He beat out fellow Hall of Famer Rogers Hornsby, who hit .424 that season for the award. He led the league in wins against the next season, during which he also threw a no-hitter against Philadelphia on September 3rd, 1925. Vance Rogers never won a pennant, and in 1933 he was traded to the St. Louis Cardinals, where he joined Dizzy and Paul Dean. He was sold to the Reds the following year, but he was waived back to St. Louis in time to win the 1934 World Series as part of the Gas House Gang. He finished his career as a reliever back with Brooklyn in 1935. Vance's career is even more remarkable, considering he did not break into the major leagues for good until the age of 31 in 1922. He had spent the previous decade pitching mostly in the minor leagues, though he made 9 appearances between the Pirates and Yankees in 1915, and 2 more for the Yankees in 1918. Vance was plagued by some sore arms during his 20s, but continued to pitch in the minors leagues. He had a strong season for the New Orleans Pelicans of the Southern League in 1921, but at the age of 30 he was far from a hot prospect. But the Pelicans had a catcher named Hank DeBerry, whom the Dodgers wanted, so New Orleans offered DeBerry along with Vance in a package deal for $10,000. The Dodgers took the deal, and Vance won 18 games and struck out a National League best 134 batters as a 31-year-old rookie in 1922, the first of his 7 straight seasons leading the league in strikeouts. Vance was elected into the Hall of Fame in 1955, and he passed away on February the 16th. When the greatest of all Brooklyn pitchers was fogging them over for the Dodgers, the right sleeve of his sweatshirt was an unsightly rag, a flapping thing of shreds and tatters. Daz would hide the ball until the last instant, and then if the batter was lucky, he would see something white rocketing toward him out of distracting flutter of dry goods, said Red Smith. As far as his career stats and career at a glance, he did play in 442 games, 2,809 hits, 1,246 runs. He pitched in 2,966 and 2/3 innings, had 197 wins, 140 losses, a winning percentage of .585, games started 349, an ERA of 3.24, complete games of 217, 29 shutouts, a whip of 1.230, 12 saves, 1,068 earned runs given up, 840 walks, and he had 2,045 strikeouts. So he played for numerous teams, on and off, back and forth with some. Pittsburgh Pirates in 1915, then got traded to the New York Yankees. Same year, 1915. Then again he played for the Yankees in 1918. The Brooklyn Dodgers from 1922 to 32, the St. Louis Cardinals from 1933 to 34, the Cincinnati Reds from 1934, took a year off, and then ended his playing career with the Brooklyn Dodgers in 1935. So there you have it. Our sixth and final Hall of Famer for 1955 is now in the books. Hopefully you guys... hopefully you enjoyed that, Kevin. Our Hall of Famers for 1955. So let me check real quick here. Give you a quick sneak peek at next week's Hall of Fame listing. Next week we will have 3 Hall of Famers. We'll have Bill Dickey, Rabbit Maranville, and Bill Terry will be our 3 Hall of Famers for next week's stream. Okay, so next here, Wesley Tonneson is in the house. How you doing there, Wesley? Thanks for joining. Sorry, we just ended the 6 Hall of Fame inductees for the 1955 class of Hall of Fame inductees. But now I'm going to go through and share a little bit about Ken Griffey Jr. that appeared in this month's Beckett. Okay, so or not, it came out this month. It's actually September 2020's Beckett Baseball magazine. Yes, they still do make the Beckett baseball magazines, and I'm a loyal, long-time subscriber of Beckett Baseball. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go through and highlight this article. It says, Forever the Kid. For the better part of a decade, Ken Griffey Jr. was arguably the best player the game has ever seen. So it's in the very first part of the book here. This is the contents page here. You can probably see that right there. And it says his place in baseball. It says 10 years ago, Ken Griffey Jr. called it a career. And what a career it was. So thanks for being in with us here, Wesley. I'm going to go into part 2 of this possible 4-part stream. We'll see how things roll along here. But we are going to go through this article. It won't take too awful long. It's not a super big article. If you've seen the preview for this video before it did go live, when I scheduled it yesterday, his place in baseball. 10 years ago, Ken Griffey Jr. called it a career, and what a career it was. And in honor of Ken Griffey Jr., this is the hat I'll be wearing for my signature sign-off today. It's the same throwback hat that he's wearing in the article here. Probably not the same hat that they use for it. This is the New Age style type hat. This has Ken Griffey Jr.'s emblem on here. This tied into with his number retirement. And it does have his autograph facsimile on the back of the ball cap. So just wanted to share that with you. Same throwback ball cap from back in the era when Ken Griffey Jr. started with the Seattle Mariners. So I'm going to go through and just read through this article for you here. Hopefully you guys enjoy it as I did in reading through it earlier, and just wanted to share it with you guys today. So the kid is 50. That's just another shock in a year full of them. He's been away from the game for 10 years now. 2. On 1 June 2010 day, he loaded up his car and headed cross-country to Orlando and his family, calling the Mariners president, Chuck Armstrong, along the way to confirm with what his agent had just told the club. Junior was out, effective immediately. The end came swiftly. In the final at-bats of the final season of 2010, Griffey struggled mightily, hitting just .184 over the last 33 games of his career. Maybe worse, the power that had accounted for 630 career home runs was gone. He did not hit a home run in that final stint that covered 108 at-bats as a full-time designated hitter / pinch hitter. Of his 18 hits, just 2 were for extra bases, a pair of doubles. But to start with the end is to miss the entire beginning and middle part of a remarkable story. What do you remember about Griffey? The swing? That fluid, seemingly effortless movement that launched 1,000 copycats in youth leagues everywhere? The backwards cap? The marketing dream smile, the Nintendo video game, the ionic 1989 Upper Deck rookie card that ranked number 1 in the Beckett baseball list of the top. Of the top 80 baseball cards of the 1980s as published in early 2019. Of course it was. It's one of the most recognized cards in history. That's not hyperbole. Think about it. The 1989 Upper Deck number 1 rookie card was overproduced, no doubt, but you've never heard someone say, no thanks, I don't want that card. Just too darn many of them. My first introduction to Griffey was probably the Upper Deck rookie baseball card. Recording artist and Seattle native Macklemore said in Junior, the MLB TV documentary on Griffey's life that first aired on Father's Day, he had the chain, the old school Mariners cap, and the smile. He knew he was about to become something special, making baseball cool. Maybe Griffey's true greatest contributions to the game is that he had provided some of the best baseball of our lifetime, of any lifetime, and he looked natural doing it, and he was so likable, so popular, and so good for the game. The way he looked, the way he ran, the swing. LeBron James said in the documentary, he made the game of baseball cool. He often made it look easy, too. In 1993, he tied a Major League record, Dale Mitchell, Don Mattingly, by homering in 8 straight games. 2 years later, he scored all the way from first base on a double by Edgar Martinez as the Mariners beat the New York Yankees in the 1995 American League Divisional Series, voted the greatest play in franchise history. Griffey didn't just headline the decade of the 90s, he dominated it. From 1996 through 1999, he averaged 52 home runs and 142 RBIs per season. He posted back-to-back seasons of 56 home runs in 1997 and 1998, and earned the 1997 American League MVP award by leading the league in runs, home runs, RBI, total bases, slugging percentage, and, not surprisingly, intentional walks. Wesley's saying, are you going to watch the game tonight, Donald? I most certainly am. And although they're in Houston next weekend, when they come back to Seattle, I'll be looking for my cutout in the stadium. Kevin can fill you in on that one there, Wesley, if he's still in the chat. After Nintendo purchased the Seattle Mariners in 1992, it surprised no one when Junior became the subject of his own video game. More than 1 million units were sold, and just like that, Ken Griffey Jr. became a worldwide brand thanks to 64 bits of sheer CPU greatness when Nintendo jumped from Super NES system to the Nintendo 64. Even Ken Griffey Jr. was taken aback with his son's talent. The two once famously hit back-to-back home runs after senior signed with the Mariners, the only father-son duo to do that in the big leagues. I didn't find out how good he was until I ended up playing left field in Seattle, the older Griffey said, and I got to see how much ground he can cover, what kind of player he was, what kind of offensive player he was, and the home runs. When the decade ended, Griffey was ready to move on from Seattle after the 1999 season, and with just 1 year remaining on his Mariners deal, he requested a trade. 1 month into the new millennium, Jr. was traded to his hometown Cincinnati Reds. Things would never be the same. His first season in Cincinnati was exactly what the Reds expected they were getting when they made the deal for the 30-year-old. He slugged 40 home runs the first year, drove in 118 runs, and made his 11th straight All-Star game, his first for the National League. But injuries began to dog him over the next 6 seasons, and hamstring and other variation of leg ailments robbed him of so much of his natural athleticism and forced him to the injured list so often he averaged 92 games per year during the span. The last time Jr. played center field in the majors came strangely wearing a Chicago White Sox uniform in 2008. His career shows 41 games with the Sox in 2008, traded to the South Side along with cash by the Reds for 2 pieces, a serviceable pitcher and a light-hitting infielder who retired with a -1 WAR. Both would have to count being traded for Ken Griffey Jr. among their career highlights, even if it was for an aging Griffey. Jr.'s on-field hurrah came in 2009 when at 39 he slugged 19 home runs and drove in 57 for the M's. The .214 batting average was unsightly, but he posted a respectable .411 slugging percentage and, again, 19 home runs. Then came the final season. At one point, Griffey didn't play for an entire week. He walked away with the same 630 career home runs he had opened the season with. And then, of course, the Hall of Fame. In his first year of eligibility for the Baseball Hall of Fame in 2016, Jr. was elected with a then-recorded 99.32% of the vote, appearing on 437 of possible 440 votes that topped the previous high of 98.4 set by Tom Seaver in 1992. Mariano Rivera with 100% of the vote in 2019, and Derek Jeter with 99.74% this year have since topped Griffey's percentage. When he retired, Griffey's 630 home runs ranked 5th all-time. Now it ranks 7th. He's still just one of 9 players in history to hit at least 600 home runs. You can only imagine how many he would have hit if injuries had not robbed him of so many years. In 22 years, Griffey won 10 straight Gold Glove Awards, named to 13 All-Star games, and seemed to provide at least one jaw-dropping highlight per night. Phillies outfielder Jay Bruce was a 21-year-old rookie when he debuted with the Reds in 2008, spending part of the season watching the man he admired as a youth growing up in Texas. He changed the game of baseball, in my opinion. Bruce told the Seattle Times, even Angels star Mike Trout, being as ionic as he is, and has been in his career so far, he didn't generate the interest that Griffey did. I think he really changed the game, especially in that time for baseball. Baseball was kind of looking for someone and something to spark. And man, that was more than a spark. Now, 10 years after leaving the game on his terms, Griffey has come to grips, sort of, to what his legacy is and will be. Hint, he doesn't spend much time thinking about it. I didn't do it for the money, Junior says in the MLB TV documentary. I didn't do it for fame. I did it because I love baseball. So there you go. That pretty much highlights in a synopsis by Mike Payne, Ken Griffey Jr. in the September 2020 magazine. Let's hit all the thumbs up for Donald. There we go. Thumbs up, thummies up, thummies up for me. Thummies up, thummies up, thummies up for me. All right. And then this is kind of a neat article if you do get your Beckett 2020. It does list the different the complete variation guide for the different cards that are available for as far as the base cards, the SP cards, the SSP cards, and first time I noticed they came up with the SSSP, the triple SP cards. The one I will show you real quick that would be an awesome one to get is this one right here. I'll kind of just show it right here. It's the 392, which anybody that knows the 392 base card is the Lewis, and then of course you got the Lewis Robert, and then you got the SP where he's wearing the sunglasses. I haven't seen that one yet. I haven't pulled one yet. And then the SSP where Lewis Robert is running. So these are all card number 392, but different. Sorry about that. And then this one here is the triple SP. Just thought I'd show you that one. This would be the awesome, very, very, very tough one to find. Would be the Lewis Robert SSSP rookie card stars. And of course you got Bichette and Robert and Jordan that are included on that one. And I guess there is this other SSP that I wouldn't mind seeing too. That'd be cool to pull this one here. This is the Mookie Betts. The Mookie Betts. Of course, you got the base here for Mookie Betts. You got the SP. You got the SSP, but then you got the SSSP Mookie Betts, which is, I guess, the Hollywood red carpet background type setup there. But yeah, get your September Beckett. This is a cheap plug for Beckett magazine. Awesomeness. Let's all hit the Hey, Mr. Donald, may I advertise my sale? Of course you can, Huber. You can type some stuff in there for your sale. All right. So without further ado, I'm going to get ready to move into part 3. Let me move the Hall of Famers out of the way here, so I can refile those ones back into my box. Put the 2 postcards back into the box. Move these stands out of the way here. Those will get refiled. Okay. And then we will open up Ethan's Elvis covers and more. You thinking, wow, if you were here yesterday, you just opened up one of his pack. I know, and then I got another one in the mail yesterday. So Ethan, I don't know if you're popping around here somewhere, but I did get another package from Ethan. So we're going to share this opening here, and then most likely we will probably end for the day. Okay. We got 4 people watching. You still there, Huber? Hopefully. Let me go ahead and revive the chat here, refresh it. Hey, Mr. Donald, may I advertise my sale? Sure you can. Biggie Smalls saying, what sale? Hello everyone, Biggie Smalls. Let's all hit the thumbs up button for Donald. I am having a huge card sale live tomorrow at 3. Let's see, that'll be noon my time. I'll probably be done. I have cards from 50 cents to $25. That's pretty cool. Alright, I'll have to see tomorrow at 3. That's on a Friday. No, today's Thursday. No, today's Friday. So you're having a sale on tomorrow, Saturday. I don't know why I thought today was Thursday for some reason. But that's okay for me. I have old timers. Or OLD. I have OLD. We'll see, Huber. I may have something going on, but if I am available, I will try to make it. Don't forget, I do have my sale tomorrow at, I think I'll probably start at 10 a.m. Oh, by the way, just so you can see, this is from Ethan to me. I think this is just some stuff that I bought from him, working on my collection of my foil cards and such. Don't laugh out loud. It's Friday. I know, it's Friday. Just wanted to make sure somebody was paying attention. It's my Hall of Fame Friday. Of course I know it's Friday. Alright. There we go. We got a little team bag here with a few cards in it. We've got nothing inside the bag still. That one could get filed away. And it looks like I got a Dylan Moore rookie card there. Right in the front. We're going to see what Ethan sent us in this team bag. I do have an idea what most likely is in here on this one compared to the one before. Sometimes you buy things in somebody's sale and it takes a week to get there, and then you have to refresh your memory. But no, I'm pretty sure I've got some a few 2020 inserts in here and a few things to go through and share in here. So here it looks like he usually puts a couple of Seattle Mariners together in a bag for me. And then I will put these aside in a minute here. But we got a Dylan Moore with the Seattle Mariners rookie card. We got a Matt Festa with the Seattle Mariners rookie card. We got a Justin Dunn Bowman Chrome. Boom! That's pretty cool. That almost looks like it could be a short print. This is a Top Stadium Club. I know I don't have that one for sure. Appreciate that there, Ethan, on that one, and the Justin Dunn. And then I got the one Adam Frazier here, 315. I think that might be the one I was looking for. It does have a little scratch in there. I have to try and see. Maybe I do have this one. It does have a little scratch there. You can see it right on his leg there. But other than that, he knows I'm collecting my foil set. Alright, that one can go there. Okay, I think these are some of my inserts here. I got a Willie Mays, Decade's Best. I think that is the newer one. The newer series for the Decade's Best. The Johnny Bench. The Zach Greinke. The Baltimore Orioles. The Philadelphia Phillies from the 1950s Decade's Best. And Bruce Sutter. Bruce Sutter. Okay. Alright. Got a few more cards coming up here. It looks like this is some, I think I got these from him. The Kyle Lewis's. Topps Finest Kyle Lewis's. I think 4 of those. Nothing wrong with getting some Kyle Lewis rookie cards. He is supposed to be pretty good. He hit 4 dingers in spring training part 2. So he's been popping the ball out of the park. We'll see how he does tonight with the Seattle Mariners against the Houston Astros. Wesley, yeah. All right. Let me do a refresh here. All right. And then next here we've got a Seattle Mariners Ichiro card, 2001-2018 archives. Okay. I'm gonna set that down there so I don't mix him up with the other things. Actually, here, let me move the 2020 cards over here. That'll go into my separation. Let me put the Kyle Lewis's up here for now. Then we've got I like this card here, Alex Rodriguez with the Seattle Mariners. A-Rod with Seattle. Then we've got the turkey card for, I'm pretty sure that's the Series 2 turkeys. I'll just have to verify that one when I get to it. And then let's see, I think I got some more full cards here. Justin Upton with that full card. There we go. Sam Tuvialia, Seattle Mariners, full card. Then I've got the walk-off winner. Chris Bryant, Cubs, celebrate a home run for that full card. Wilson Contreras with the Chicago Cubs. And a Decade's Best Chrome card. That is cool one. Decade's Best Chrome, 52. Number 52 for that one. Awesomeness there. Okay, next we got, oh my word, there's a Yusei Kikuchi. 2020 Yusei Kikuchi. Let's see, I'm going to put you there, Ichiro, so I know where to put you. Put this Kikuchi, so I know where to remember to put that one. And then we got a Yusei Kikuchi triple relic here. A triple relic Yusei Kikuchi. Oh, there we go. There we go. A Yusei Kikuchi rookie card. Short print. 2 out of 10. 2 out of 10. I like that Yusei Kikuchi card there. 2 out of 10. Had to go before you opened that. I had to go before you opened that Series 2 Jumbo. What did you get from it? All you gotta do is go to the end of yesterday's stream there, Lefty. That's fine. And then watch the replay. I go through all the different hits that I got on that. I've already put them all away in my separation boxes. So it'd be kind of hard to go back and recap it. But thanks for popping in here, Lefty. Sally Lloyd is in the house. Hey, Donald, got your packet. Love the sticker. Not sure where you're going yet, though. Not sure where you're going yet, though. Cool, I'll check it out. No problem. Yeah, I always do at the end of my 2020 Series 2 hobby boxes. I always do a recap so you can see all the different things I did get in there. I did get... I got a short print, I got a relic, bunch of different things. With the sticker, not sure where you're going. Oh, that's just in case you wanted one of my stickers. I put those stickers on my packages when I mail them out to people, and then sometimes people ask me for a sticker, So that's why sometimes for some people I'll put a sticker in there. That way, in case you asked for a sticker, I can say, well, I already sent you one. Sounds kind of silly, but that's just me, of course. Okay, so there we go. That's a nice, I know I don't have this one, that's for sure, since this one is number 2 out of 10 for this Yusei Kikuchi card. But thank you there, Ethan, for sending that package off to me. Do appreciate that very, very much. Actually, let me put the Yusei Kikuchi right up there. My 3 Yusei Kikuchis I got here. 2 short prints. I don't think that relic is, no, that's not. And it's pretty sure that's 20, oh, that is 2019. That is last year, so that's considered as rookie. They don't list it as rookie, but that is a last year card, so that will go into my rookie collection for him. Matter of fact, let me put that in here right now so I remember to that's too tight. Graduate up to the next size for now. Sorry, I'm just looking for a top loader for this relic card, this rookie relic. There we go. Now I got the Yusei Kikuchi taken care of, along with this Yusei Kikuchi short print relic. And then, of course, this guy here is not a rookie, but that is still cool. 109 out of 499 for a 2020 Topps Bowman. We'll still go to my Yusei Kikuchi collection, just not my rookie card collection. Do you think Kikuchi will have a bounce back year? Hopefully. Of course, this is going to be an abbreviated year for him there, lefty. But yeah, I think he did real good in spring training. He's picking up his pitching style and getting used to USA baseball. That's the key thing with a lot of Japanese players. They can do well in Japan and thrive and do awesome in Japan. But when they do come to the United States, sometimes at first it takes them a little while to do the adjustment to get rid of not only one United States baseball over Japanese baseball. Slightly different rules, but for the most part, baseball is baseball. All right, you got 3 outs in an inning, you got 3 strikeouts, 4 balls for a walk. A lot of the rules are the same, but it's just getting used to the different style of baseball that we have here in the States compared to Japan. So, but yeah, I think Kikuchi's going to do really well. We'll know even in this short 60-game season how he does. But I think he's going to be a good asset for baseball when he gets in his groove. I'll say it that way, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and get ready to just end on that note here. I did say possible 7 of 12 hobby box break, but there you go. Yeah, I agree. And you'll notice that with a lot of Japanese baseball players when they do come to the big leagues in America. Some of them, they think they're going to be the best part of baseball and apple pie and Chevrolet and all that good stuff. And it takes getting used to a new lifestyle. When you've grown up and played baseball as a kid in Japan, and then make it up into the college baseball there, and then make it into their big leagues that they have. You need to be more versatile, more open. I think they should travel more to the United States. I think some of them do when they're given the opportunity or when they have the opportunity to do so. So that's one thing that people can look forward to in that. But other than that, I think that's all I've got for today. I know we're only just over an hour, but that's fine. We could have filled the day if we had more than, or if we got up into double digits. But today is Friday. Other people are doing other things. I'm going to try and get some things ready for tomorrow. I'm going to just highlight this real quick. I will be trying to sell some more of my red, white, and blue. My red, white, and blue mystery packs. I still do have plenty. I'm going to update these here. I got 3 more, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I got 16 out of the 51 packs that I did sell. Russell Wilson and Sierra have their first baby. So Russell Wilson is now a daddy. Pretty sure most people know who Russell Wilson is. The quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks. All right. At lefty, I hope so. He's been good. There we go. Will you be at Ethan's sale tonight? I'll try and make it there for a little bit. I am going to watch some baseball tonight. Tonight is the first game for the Seattle Mariners. They're playing the Houston Astros tonight at 6 o'clock my time. So I will be busy with that, but I'll try to pop into Ethan's sale tonight a little bit before the game starts, because I think he starts at 7 his time, which is 4 o'clock my time. I could probably hop on to his sale for a little bit, but I'm going to enjoy the Seattle Mariners home opener, even though it's not in Seattle. But next weekend, when they are in Seattle, I'll be looking for my cutout in the stadium. I got a Donald Blomdahl cutout that's going to be in the outfield somewhere in T-Mobile Park, and we'll be there for the whole season. So in spirit and mind, I will be there throughout the whole season this year. First time that's ever happened, even though I'm not a season ticket holder. But it'll be like I'm a season ticket holder, because if I can find my seat in the stadium, that would be awesome. But either way, it'll be fun. Even if I don't see it, I'll know it's there, and I'll be watching. Do you think Kyle Lewis will be good? I think he's underrated. I think he is going to be good there, lefty, for their spring training part 2. Prior to the opening of the season here, he popped out 4 home runs. So he is doing very, very good in my books. He does have some strength and power if he gets a hold of the ball. He's a good player overall. A standy stand and audience, laugh out loud. Yeah, that's kind of what it's going to be. It'll be a cutout of me. I submitted the picture yesterday. They said they'd have it in the stadium in time for their home opener, which I believe is next Friday. Let me check the schedule real quick. Yeah, next Friday they're going to be playing the Oakland Athletics. The Oakland Athletics is who they'll be playing. Where's Cards in My Car with Art Posada? He was pretty good there. So yeah, so tomorrow morning I will be doing my mystery pack sales for those that are here. I will be doing my red, white, and blue mystery pack sales. This will be the last chance to buy my mystery pack sale items. This here on this sheet here kind of shows you what is in there. I'll go over this one more time, and then I'm going to go ahead and end my stream for today. Okay, but for my sale tomorrow, 2020 red, white, and blue mystery pack, Series 1 Summer Edition. It's $30 plus $5 flat shipping, no matter how many packs you buy. All right. For international buyers, they are $15 for an international shipping for each mystery bag. Sorry, I have to do them all individually to keep it at a reasonable price, even though $15 is a little bit pricey. But I do thank Sally for being my first international customer, that's for sure. But yeah. So, and then before I do open it up, you can reserve a pack anytime in my streams up until next Thursday. And then after Thursday, next Friday or next Saturday, I will have my mystery packs listed up on eBay. So if somebody from my channel does buy one from eBay, if you leave me a note or a comment when you make the purchase, I will open it online and then ship the product to you after I do that. Okay, but just so you do know, when I do list them on eBay with the fees and all that other stuff they add on to sell stuff on eBay, the price will be more than $30 per mystery pack. I'll have to raise the price, okay, to cover the fees. Otherwise, I'll be pretty much giving stuff away. I'm already doing this. I mean, you get 29 cards in a mystery pack with a graded card, an autograph card, one relic or patch or medallion card, one 2020 rainbow foil, autocorrect. That's right. Here's for to those of you who bought in. If you're thinking about it, go for it. They're really worth it. There you go. All right. So yeah. So you'll have the 2020 rainbow foil card at one 2020 USA baseball card, 2 rookie cards, 2 SP or serialized or insert cards, 5 Hall of Famer cards, 5 cards from the 2000 eras, 5 cards from the junk wax eras, the 80s through 90s, 5 cards for vintage from 50s to 70s. There still is one of the hot packs remaining that has 33 cards in the hot pack. And then I do have a couple packs left that do have checklists in them. So if you get a pack with a checklist, you get a bonus graded card from a limited choice. So it will be only one more week, and any time between now and next Friday, if you do want one of these, you can reserve it at any time and then tell me the number you want. There's a list of the packs here that are not sold already. For example, I'll go through the first part of the list here. Wherever you don't see a name, that is the ones that are still available. So like pack number 2, white, pack number 6, blue, pack number 7, red, pack number 9, blue, pack number 12, blue. And then, of course, you got, I'll just read off the numbers that are available: 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, 20, 21, 22, 24, 26, 27, and then 29 through 33, 35 through 41, and then 44 through 50 are the ones that are available. So if you do want any time between now and next Friday, you can purchase one of these red, white, and blue mystery packs. And then again, next Saturday, the 1st of August, I've decided to not try to push them on my channel anymore, but they will be listed up on eBay at $35 per pack, and most likely about $5 shipping. So it'll be about $40 per pack on eBay. Possibly a little bit more. I have to double check when I put these up how much my fees are going to be for the products when I put them up there. So that just gives you an idea of a few of the things going on in my channel. And then starting in August, I hope to bring back my sales so we can do sales again. If I can get enough cards put together to do some sales, we will do that. So other than that, I can't think of anything else to go over unless somebody has any questions in the chat here. We do have 5 people watching, and I do appreciate each and every one of you that are here today. And I will be back tomorrow for my day 5 of this week. Hate to think what the international shipping would be. Okay. So let's see. Other than that, it's been nice this morning going over the 1955 Hall of Famer inductees. Ken Griffey Jr.'s article by Mike Payne. The family mail call package I just highlighted from Ethan's Elvis covers and more. And I'm going to go back, edit this one out, and take off the possible number 7 of 12 hobby box break off of this break for now. And go ahead and end this stream today. And we will be back tomorrow with a sale of mystery packs if anyone is interested. So you guys take care. I think it's just becoming a lot more harder now that more and more people are doing sales on their channels. So it's more or less getting inundated with not having as many choices when you only have less than 10 people that show up in a stream. Have a good afternoon, everyone. Thanks there, Wesley. You take care of yourself too, and we will see you guys around the channels for sure. Let me get ready to turn my camera around, say my signature goodbye. You'll see what t-shirt wardrobe I'm wearing today also. So this is Donald Blomdahl, Hall of Fame veteran, sports cards and collectibles, having been live this Hall of Fame Friday for you guys and gals. Appreciate you being here. Let me move the camera down. You can see I'm wearing my Hall of Fame t-shirt. Of course it says Seattle, but if you block that out, just Hall of Fame members induction series. Again, we'll be finishing this up, this series up the first Friday in November of this year, and then we will continue on with my part 2 of my Hall of Fame Fridays. And I will be making that announcement closer when we get to the time for that. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream today. Hopefully you enjoyed everything we did today. We will be back tomorrow for a sale and general chatting on the channel. All right, y'all take care. Have a wonderful day and enjoy watching some baseball now that baseball is up and running. Thummies up, thummies up, thummies up from me. Take care and have a wonderful, wonderful day.